Hello my dear students, I hope you all are good and well at your home and working very hard without giving any trouble to your parents, isn't it? Today we are going to cover our remaining portion of chapter 4, that is hordes. We are going to cover first the two questions of hordes, and then after we are going to start our next chapter, that is adaptation in animals. Okay, so let's start our video. Our first question of horde is, why do people of Kashmir wear firhan? I have already shown you the picture of firhan. This is the long dress which touches the knees and having the long sleeves and cover almost our whole body. So this firhan is the Kashmiri dress which is worn by both male and female. In the summer season they use the cotton firhan, whereas in the winter season they use woolen firhan, and especially when the snow is falling. So let's know the answer. Firhan is a traditional outfit for both male and female in Kashmir. In summer they use cotton firhan, but in winter they use woolen firhan, covering and protecting their body from cold, especially during snow. When the snow is falling, the environment is very cold, and that time this firhan protect their body from the cold environment. The next question is, our nightwear should be light and comfortable. Why? When you are going to sleep, you must have observed you want to wear the loose and comfortable dress, isn't it? Like this. This is the night dress which generally we used to wear in the night. This is the very comfortable dress. And in the night what happened, we used to wear those type of clothes which are skin friendly. What it means? That means by wearing those type of clothes our skin can breathe very nicely and we don't feel any uncomfortability. Okay. That's why we always used to wear the loose and natural fibers clothes, okay, so that we can sleep very nicely and our body can also breathe. So our nightwear should be light, comfortable and made up of the natural fibers, so that our body can breathe during the night and we can have our sound sleep. I hope you all have understand. Now we are going to start our next chapter, that is chapter 8, adaptation. What it means, I have already explained you when I was discussing the adaptation in the plants. Adaptation means acquiring the special features which help them to survive in their surrounding. It's not like that adaptation is present only in the animal or only in the plant. It is found in each and every living being which is living in this world, because every living being is living in their environment, and time to time they have to bring some changes so that they can survive in their environment. Okay, so the adaptation helps an animal survive in its environment. Okay, let's know one story of giraffe. In the early time, the giraffe used to eat the leaf which grow lower side of the plant. So one time came when they ate all the leaves which is growing downside. Now they were having two options. All the leaves which is growing downside were finished. So what they can do? They have to eat the leaf which is growing above the at the height of the plant. So they were not very tall that time. So what they do, they started enlarging or stretching their neck and the leg, and slowly they started eating those leaves which is growing at the height of the trees. And the year passes and passes and passes, and now you are seeing the giraffe is having very large neck and very large legs, so they can easily eat the leaves which is growing at the very height of the trees. So what they do, the giraffe brought the changes in them so that they can survive in their surrounding. If they were not trying, then that time they were finished. The giraffe could not survive, and nowadays we could not find the giraffe, but we are seeing the giraffe. Why? Because giraffe chose that time to survive in this nature, okay, and they brought the changes which is required by their body to survive in this world, okay. So in the same way, the other animals and other living being also have to adapt some of the feature so that they can survive in this nature, okay. It is applicable for the human being also, my dear. If the human being wanted to exist in this world, in this society, then time to time they have to bring some changes in them, okay. So we are also like the animal, we have to also adapt some of the features. So we are going to discuss the different type of animal which is living in this surrounding. But first of all, where they live. They can live in the water, they can live under the ground, they can live in the air, they can live in the forest, and they can live in the desert. So these are their habitat. What is the habitat? Habitat is a natural place that provide different type of animals food. That habitat provide the animals food, water, shelter, and the warmth and comfortable environment so that they can survive, okay. The habitat of the rat and snake is hole, the habitat of the habitat of bird is nest, the habitat of lion and tiger is den, and so on. So habitat is a place where it is a natural place where the different type of animals used to live, okay. So first we are going to discuss the terrestrial animal. The terrestrial animals means the animals that live on the land. They can live in the hot places, they can live in the cold places also. So how they can survive, okay, how they comfortably live in those type of environment, we are going to discuss. First, let's talk about the animal that live in the desert. Okay, these type of animals are having the very thick layer of the skin so that they can protect themselves from the hot climate during the daytime and the very cold climate during the night time also, okay. Because you are knowing the desert are very hot during the days and very cold during the night. So they are having the very thick layer of the skin so that they can protect in the daytime also and in night time also. Here you are seeing one camel is there and hump is also present on the back of their body, okay. This hump store the fat, okay, and this fat is utilized when they are not getting the food. This happens in the human also. If we are eating, some of the food is stored in our body as a fat, and when we are not getting our food, that fat is converted into carbohydrate and provide us the energy. So this happen in the camel also. The hump is used to store the fat when they are not getting food. They use these fat to get the energy, okay. And one more thing, camel can survive for many days without the water. So whatever animal is living in the desert, they acquire some of the special features so that they can prevent the loss of water, okay. If the water will not be lost from their body, they will not get thirsty and they can survive in the hot climate for a long period of time. Next, here we are going to discuss some of the animals that can survive in very cold climate. Here you are seeing the penguin. How the penguin are living in very cold climate. They are also having the very thick layer of fat which is called blubber. What it is called? It is called blubber. The blubber is very thick layer of the fat which is present downside of the skin, and this blubber keep their body very warm in the cold time, okay, especially when the snow is present. So this blubber is the thick layer of fat which is present downside of the skin and provide warmth to these type of animals which used to live in the cold places, okay. The another example which live in the cold place is polar bear. Polar bear is having thick layer of the fur which keep their body warm, okay, and this protect from the cold environment. Understood? Okay. Now some of the animal like lizard, snake, or the or frog. Their skin is very thin and they can't bear very much cold climate. So what they do, they used to sleep at the warm places. Some of the lizard, frog or the snake used to sleep in the warm places, okay, because they can't bear very cold climate. If they will come out, they will die. So to survive in those type of climate, what they do, they protect their body from the cold climate by sleeping. Okay, this used to sleep for a long period of time in the warm places. Okay. Now, some of the animal we are going to discuss, they are having the special features in the winter season. Some animals like bat is a bird, sorry. Okay, some animals like turtle, okay, snake, polar bear and the bat also. These type of animals or the bird show the hibernation. What is the meaning of hibernation? They don't get enough food in the cold climate, especially in the winter season. So whatever food they have eaten, okay, that is converted into the fat, and those fat is used to provide the energy in the winter season. Okay, some of the animals used to sleep for a long period of time in the winter season. Why? Because they don't get enough food in the winter season. So whatever they have eaten before the winter season, all that have stored in their body in the form of fat. Okay, and that fat is converted into the carbohydrate in the winter season, and that is used to provide the energy to some of these type of animals, and this long period is called the hibernation. What is the meaning of hibernation? The long period in which the animals used to sleep and used to get the energy from the stored fat. This long period is called the hibernation, and some of the animals show the hibernation. I have already discussed that polar bear, some of the snake, bat or the turtle. These type of animal used to sleep for a long period of time during the winter season. So I hope you all have understood the adaptation of the animal which is living on the land, that is terrestrial animals. Okay, please go through this video again, and I hope this video will be helpful to you. Thank you so much.